Welcome everybody. Welcome to the esteemed members of Northeast Science Movement, as well as my hearty welcome to the esteemed members of Bigyan Bharati. While that day, Dr. Bula Sururi, he called me to deliver a lecture on the occasion. I immediately agreed, whom I fondly called Bula, because Bula Sudhuri is one of my favorite students. I never can say no while she approached me. And while I come to know the overall things like what this Northeast Science Movement is doing, because as I come to know already, more than 20 lectures delivered by prominent personalities of this region. So it is a very good news. They are doing very nicely. It is really an encouraging step. And that day while I discussed, ultimately Bula also called, yes sir you can do, on indigenous bioresources of Northeast India, main theme, current biological trends towards exploration, entrepreneurship and conservation. So we are all very much concerned about this area, particularly the exploration, entrepreneurship development, what we nowadays used to call as startup potential or conservation. This slide itself it speaks how the resourceful this area, particularly the northeast part of the country. This slide itself, it depicts the human resource, not only the plant resource, animal resource, microbial resource, other diversity. Even the human resource also we are very much resourceful, whole northeast part of the country. We have more than 200 tribes and sub-tribes. So that means actually we have varied type of culture, varied type of traditions, food habit, and all different practices. Even if we consider in terms of biotechnological point of view, in terms of gene pool also, we are very much resourceful. So this is the actually bioresource of the region. Need not to go through so details what actually depicts the resourcefulness, richness of plant resource as well as animal resource, for which the region is globally recognized a part of global hotspot. So just animal resource like plant resource, plenty of animal resource also we have. So this is a particular picture, indigenous crops and livestock diversity. So very important. So earlier actually, this picture, this type of things like everywhere it was in the rural areas. In the rural areas we have all areas. So gradually what I see, being from the village, what I see, actually this type of things picture are gradually disappearing. Only in the very remote villages these pictures are there, but in the outskirts of the city and all gradually disappearing. This culture of practicing this type of animal husbandry, then also other things like fetching and all, gradually it is not a good sign. So medicinal plant diversity, need not to mention, we are very much rich, medicinal plant diversity. All types of medicinal plants, important to different diseases we have. That is why actually based on medicinal plants, so traditional culture also is very, very rich. Richness of aquatic resource, traditionally or indigenous resources, plenty of indigenous aquatic resources we have. What we used to say is aquatic gold. So, but gradually what is happening, these aquatic areas gradually disappearing. As a result of that, we are losing immensely our this aquatic gold, whether it is insects, plants, animals, fish, whatnot. All we are gradually losing. So this is the things like you see the wetland areas. I took this picture. So wetland areas of the region full of different aquatic resources. Now, being from biotechnology and all, what modern biology, what we can do, what should be our priorities and withdrawal. So, honestly, we have to speak. Yes, in today's concept, today's context, we have to explore. We have to explore, not exploit. We have to explore our indigenous knowledge and bioresources. But we are not exploring, rather we are exploiting. Conservation and management of indigenous knowledge and bioresource, we cannot ignore the conservation point of view. So all very important. So anyway, we have to conserve our resources. Also development and entrepreneurship of our bioresource, very important in terms of quality, in terms of quantity. But now what biotechnology can do? Can do biotechnology anything? My views, yes, however, we need to change our mindset at all level, being honest and committed with integrating conventional measures and techniques as well as biotechnological interventions. Political commitment has utmost importance in excelling conservation, research and development in our country, particularly in the states. These are quite important in today's context. Sorry. Tea industry in Assam, this is actually my view. I am not happy what is happening currently. No industry, nothing is there. Even except very small entrepreneurship or a very small way, the startup entrepreneurship, but the big industry yet to come up like tea industry. But the thing is that tea industry in the region started and developed by British ruler during colonial period. Only this colonial ruler, they developed this tea industry. Robert Bruce in 1823 discovered tea plants growing wild in Upper Brahmaputra Valley. First tea garden was started in 1833. Erstwhile Lakhimpur district, tea industry in Assam is over 180 years old. But beyond, next to that, equally important or big industry like tea industry, so far not coming out, yet to come out. So these are the medicinal plants. Our medicinal plants traditionally very rich. These are all indigenous, but not a single drug molecule we have been able to develop. These are all drug molecules, having also pharmaceutical importance, available in the market, national market, international market, but all are developed by the other people, not from this country. So these are actually different drugs developed. Food Jolokia, already the product developed, available in the market. Taxol, Texas bacteria, available here in this region, but Taxol anti-cancerous drug, that has been developed by somebody else. Marketing also. Gudusi, what we call Giloi, the famous Ramdev, called Giloi or Gudusi, Amorlota, here we call it Kogunilota. Based on that, one industry we can develop. Very easy, not that difficult also. But we have to come out with that spirit of mind. This is the picture I used to say everywhere. This is the lady Nobel laureate UU2, who was awarded Nobel Prize in 2015 on physiology and medicine because she discovered artemisinin, one antimalarial drug. Artemisinin developed from our indigenous plant artemisinin. Yes, of course, that is also available in China, but it is also very much available in this region. But we have failed. We have not made any effort to develop any kind of drug. And somebody is doing in a sporadic way, up to certain level one can do, but we are not beyond that. So she is UU2, Chinese lady, she got the Nobel Prize. So still, we should have a hope that yes, we will also do. Our young generations, they will also do very hard, they will be very committed just to develop drug from our indigenous knowledges based on these different plants, animals, microbes and all. Non-conventional food come medicinal plants, what we consume generally, conventionally. Beyond that actually, non-conventionally we consume non-conventional food. Many non-conventional medicinal plants, vegetables and all we used to consume. but yet to come up the big industry, big entrepreneurship based on non-conventional food cum medicinal plants, tremendous prospect in this region. So you see, based on Kaathalu or Dioscorea, already developed different product in the market. Here it is plenty of scope is there in this region, but not a single product we have. Forget about the entrepreneurship. You see the banana cultivation and all. When banana cultivation, based on banana cultivation, so many things we can develop, so many things. Based on banana flower, we can develop many products. So, but yet to come up the way, except the banana fruit and all. This is the based on bamboo, we can develop many products. Also the Colocasia, many varieties of Colocasia is available, what is commonly called as Kosu here in this region, but yet to come up. Based on bamboo, we can develop many products. Already few bamboo industry is there, but the way actually it should be widened to the international market and all, that is yet to happen. Major spices of Northeast India, spices, so many spices varieties cultivation we can do, and based on that entrepreneurship one can go for. You see the pictures of different colored rice varieties. These are all indigenous rice varieties. And based on that, having the medicinal importance also, having the medicinal or drug potential also. So, but gradually disappearing, we are losing these indigenous rice varieties. Except in remote villages, few varieties are there. Otherwise, we are losing most of the rice varieties. So it is also very much pathetic. Based on that, one can go for entrepreneurship. So different fruits and all, you see, different fruits, all fruits are very important, nutritionally very rich, but yet to but we are very much crazy, not to our indigenous fruits. These are very important, all are medicinally important also. We are not crazy to these fruits, whether it is a kothal, jamu, maduri, jackfruit, all this you see, pineapple and all, plenty available here. But we are very much crazy to apple, we are very much crazy to angur, we are very much crazy to mosombi, we are very much crazy to nut, we are very much crazy to banana, but we are not at all crazy. Our mind is not inclined, we cannot incline, never incline to our local varieties and all. These are also equally rich or more than that. So indigenous citrus, different citrus, you see, we can develop industry potential. Sericulture need not to mention. So based on sericulture, big industry might come up. Honeybee also, based on honeybee product, what those are available in the market currently all over India. Why not we can develop from here? Our mind also should be like that, so that we can also go for like this type of different product. Floriculture, why do we have to import all this floriculture, what is available in the Guwahati market and other market from other states? Why not we can develop only maybe 10% floriculture, these flowers and all we are developing in some areas. Why not 100%? So we can go for entrepreneurship. Mushroom coming up gradually, but yet to the way need to. Mushroom cultivation and products development, very important. So the conservation way, earlier we had this type of conservation way, process, bioresources in the backyard, what in Assam is commonly called as bari or Assamese society, but this picture is gradually disappearing. As a result of that, we are losing our resources. Sacred groups, now only somewhere in Assam also, very few sacred groups, but earlier it was very prominent, scattered everywhere, based on some religious belief that was the way of conservation of our resources, but gradually disappearing. So that is why actually I am giving lots of stress. That is my view already. I am putting this effort, trying to create microforest or mini forest or man-made forest in the open areas or areas which are not being utilized. These areas actually what we can do. We can develop mini forest or microforest or what we call man-made forest. Even the both sides of the highways, the open areas, we can go for development of forest. What we can call it as a highway forest. In today's concept, very important, what I feel. Tissue culture conservation, very important. Followed by tissue culture technology, you can propagate many plants, you can develop many crops. This is also germplasm conservation of, this is a picture of Japan. Here also in India we have, but why not we can have one, this type of things like based on our northeastern region, these animal resources, those are going to be endangered, those are going to be extinct, why not we can develop? So that should be a priority, just for conservation of germplasm for those animals which are going to be extinct. Equally important. So these are the different animals you see, these are all endangered. Immediately they are going to be extinct. If we do not take proper measure right now, actually what will happen? There will be no more. Maybe after 40, 50 years, maybe after 100 years, there will be no more. So these are some of the species already lost. Dodo, Bakadu, Eupendasco, Tasmanian tiger, passenger pigeon, gastric beetle frog, already we have lost it. But now people are trying to restore it. So one monument is coming up in UK London Memo, Mass Extinction Memorial Observatory, where they are depicting 860 species that have become extinct. So I think by 2020, it was expected to complete it, maybe come under the process of completion. So very important. So this is Hawking, famous scientist, Hawking, respected gentleman. So Hawking, what he did, what he projected, what he told that by 600 years, after another 600 years, survival of the human species or life survival of this earth, it would not be possible. So that is why actually what he told, that let us search for another earth. Let us search for another earth, so that we can colonize in another earth, not here. Cruelest animal of earth. Now, human being considered a cruelest species. That is actually good. From my experience, in African country Zambia, its capital Lusaka, has one big zoo, where one can enjoy many animals in an orderly way, arranged in cages. And at the end of one cage is there, the exit point, where nothing is there except one mirror. And visitor while go there, look into his image along with the sentence. In the last case, only one mirror came while I see, along with our sentence, my picture, below my picture, the sentence come, cruelest animal on the earth. You see the situation. The de-extinction, bringing back extinct to life. Now people are in a move. The organization is called as Revive and Restore, along with National Geographic Society. What they are trying to revive, they are trying to restore some of the extinct animals. And little they have also accepted. Ecosystem, even they are trying to restore ecosystem, lost diversity, lost animal plant species and all. So we also should have certain type of mentality just to restore the extinct animals and keep just to alive and all. Bioenergy in today's context, we have plenty of resources, indigenous plant species and all. So we should give lots of emphasis for development of bioenergy, like say Zetrophia and all. Easily we can do. Likewise, based on algae, cheloi, microalgae, we can develop industry. We can develop industry available here in this region or aquatic area full of microalgae. So based on that, we can develop different product, food, nutraceutical product, feed product, then about bioenergy, biodiesel, biogas. So many things we can develop. So based on that, we can go for entrepreneurship or startup. So this is actually one simple type of things. Like in my department, I have been little busy or working since 2007 over the area of this micro algae, particularly for development of biodiesel or bioenergy or some other product. Big potential it has. So this is the actually picture, what is a pilot plant in my department I developed. So these are the things actually, partial picture of the things like. So this is a group of Brazilian people came because I have one international collaboration into Brazil project, particularly with the University of Rio de Janeiro. So they came over here to our university. So they are very happy to see our picture, these things like our development in that department and all. So these are things like how we are developing, how we are producing algae, microalgal biomass, from which we can develop many products, including biofuel and biodiesel. So these are the different products, astaxanthin we can develop. Algal pharmaceuticals, very important, algal pharmaceuticals, we can develop many products from algae. From algae, different pharmaceutical compound we can develop, already develop, and lots of prospect here in this region also. So our young generations, they can take up this like entrepreneurship. So these are the different products you see globally available, different algal products available. In Indian market also available, particularly in the south and all. So different algal products. So why not we can, here also so many species are here, aquatic species, freshwater algal species, based on that we can develop many products which has all international market potential also. So we can go for. So different companies coming up, international companies. Only here in a big way, Reliance Life Science in Ahmedabad and Bombay, they are doing something, they have developed industry based on this algae. Microalgae, it is based on marine algae. That is a very good sign. Bioethanol productions like biodiesel, bioethanol also we can develop, we can produce from different non-conventional indigenous sources like biological wastage and all. We can produce, so we can go for. So bioethanol production from non-conventional sources. So these are the different wheat straw, rice straw, sugar and biogas. Instead of considering it as a waste, we can make it into wealth, like say biogas or bioethanol and so many other products. So hemicellulose, cellulose, bioethanol we can produce from plenty. The ornamental fish, you see, these are all ornamental fish, all indigenous ornamental fish. So lots of tremendous prospects in the international market. Even in the international market, tremendous potential is there. So why not go for? Why? That is not that type of big thing also. Only our mindset we need to change. Then only we can do. Ornamental fish industry. So this is actually based on algal food, how we can develop the color of the fish. Based on algal feed, how we can develop color of the fish, particularly ornamental fish coloration. You see the feeding algae as a feed and controlling. You see the things like prospect. So these are the different algal feed products available in the market. Edible insects in Northeast India, tremendous prospects. Edible insects, tremendous prospect is there. So even based on edible insects, one can go for industry. Selling edible insects in one market of China. Actually, I had been to China 2-3 years back. So their one market, they used to sell from which area actually now this year the coronavirus is spreading, people used to say. So available insects. I also consumed, I tested also. But you see why not we can also here do work with people. Common insect palatable disease of Northeast India. These are there. Only we can do, we can make it more attractive, we can make it more lucrative so that we can draw more potential at the national and international market. Fermented delicacy of Northeast India, fermented delicacy, particularly our tribal community, they produce many fermented products. We can go for big industry. So these are the fermented foods of Northeast India. So many fermented foods in Northeast India. So we can give more flavor to these fermented products. And ultimately, we can go for entrepreneurship. Waste to wealth. Even all these waste, all vegetable waste, these are not waste. These are actually wealth. We can convert to wealth. So many valuable products we can convert. But our mindset, particularly we people, particularly our administrations and all, government machinery, all they should come forward so that we can make it into product and all. Even the animal waste, all animal waste we can make into wealth. All animal waste, whether it's chicken waste or poultry or fish waste or whatever waste may be, all animal waste, goat waste, beef waste, all animal waste we can make into product. But what we are doing, we are just disposing it anywhere else, like aquatic area, in a deep area or in the pond area, whatever it may be, only creating some sort of nuisance. Organic agriculture, lots of potential is there, because already government of India, they have recognized Sikkim as the organic state and all, but why not this area also we can develop? Lots of potential is there in terms of our indigenous resources, farming technology, botanical production, microbial biofertilizers, microbial biopesticides, biofertilizer, tremendous prospect, because all these organisms from which actually globally biofertilizers can be produced or being produced, we can develop here also. We can develop here. These are the different microbes, lots of potential. Based on that, we can develop industry. And we have the technology also we have developed. Technology also we have developed, or people have developed. Why not? We can. So, chemical fertilizers, it has lots of hazards. Need not to elaborately mention, it has lots of hazard. So, we should be very much careful so that we can go for organic. So, these are the actually products we had. Rhizobia mesosphaerulum, these different products, these different packets, biofertilizer packet, what is called as Rhizobia mesosphaerulum, these were produced in our Assam state. One big industry, Assam Agro Industry Development Corporation, it was there near to the Kalakhetra. Now it is lying only, like say Ashok paper mill or this paper mill, that paper mill, or so many other things like already no more. So Assam Agro Industry Development Corporation, they produced biofertilizer. But due to many problems and all, I don't know exactly, we have lost already, it's no more. Lots of potential. Azolla biofertilizer, commonly called as Puni, lots of potential in paddy field as well as for just to utilize in the vegetable cultivation. Lots of potential. Very easily, very low cost, we can go. And that was the one unit I developed in my department maybe 20 years back. So now it is no more just to supply Azolla as a biofertilizer in the rural area, particularly the farming community. People have been showed lots of interest, but ultimately it was a project only. I cannot continue it without having any big support and all. So these are the different products available in the market. Farming technology need not to censor. Now people started doing, but still in a way for production of product and all in a big way is not done. It's very simple. Very simple farming technology, all we know. Biopesticides development, very easy. Biopesticides also the indigenous organisms we have in this region, but our thing is that we need to do. So these are actually some of the hazards of these chemical pesticides. Some of the banned pesticides, maybe 11 pesticides already banned, have lots of hazardous effects with human health, but still we people are using. These are the hazards of the chemical pesticides that need to be mentioned. So many residual effect of chemical pesticides, all food item, maybe less amount, maybe more amount, but all food item, more or less. Chemical pesticides are there, which are very much harmful, causing different diseases. But why not we can go for these biopesticides? We can, and only we need to change our mindset at total level. These are the products available in the different market all over India and elsewhere. Neem available here in this region. Based on neem, we can develop biopesticides or other things like. You see that things like very slow space people are doing. Some local entrepreneurs in the region have come up. This is a good sign. However, in a big way, youth must have to come forward to join movement to uplift the economy and unemployment. Example maybe Mushroom Development Foundation, Guwahati, by Pranjan Borua, doing in a big way. Koinoka, a multi-purpose agriculture farm set up, I come to know, covering 2,000 acres of land in Solitpur district led by our member Legislative Assembly, Padma Hazarika, Shitazohala milk farm, etc. That way, a number, but yet to come up in a very big way. So these are actually some of the things like what I am doing personally, my effort, just to spread the knowledge I am doing biofertilizer. These are some of the extension program. Since 1994-95, I am organizing. This is the one picture like farmers training on organic agriculture in the Prasad Solia College. That's from the departmental effort and all. I took the initiative. So this is the actually mushroom and vermicomposting training program I organized. in for some participants of Morigam along with ISST. So this is actually some of the booklet and book I developed for the benefit of the farmers, particularly in our regional language, Assamese language, so that they can directly follow up. So this is the things like beekeeping for livelihood. I organize one program at near Patsala Bajali, so in the rural areas, just to attract people. So urban agriculture, I organize one program along with Assam Science Society, 2019, just to attract people for urban agriculture. By ways of rooftop agriculture, vertical agriculture, and many more. Also develop this booklet. Resurgence of non-conventional wide edible plants of Northeast India, I organize one program, also develop one booklet. Potential variable insects, I organize one program. Potential variable insects, also have the booklet. So why not we can go for based on this entrepreneurship. So it is actually, I request everybody just to send this message to the people, message to the young generations, because everybody cannot participate here in this program, so that this message one can follow ultimately for economic development, particularly by use of these our indigenous resources, and as well as conservation also, very important. So with this, I think I can conclude. Thank you everybody. Thank you very much. Thanks to the members of the Northeast Science Movement. Thanks all members to the Bigan Bharati. Thank you. Namaskar.